Well, shalom. Voila, I'm here in Jerusalem on Rehov Yafo, Jaffa Street. It is 6:30 and they're about to light the candles. So you guys ready? The last night of Hanukkah.
נעים לנו מאוד לקבל במדינת ברוכים הבאים את אורח הכבוד שלנו הערב שיכבד אותנו בהדלקת הנר לנר שמיני של חנוכה מהעופר היהודי, היועץ הבכיר בראש העיר, אפשר לומר הרוח החיה של עיריית ירושלים. עופר, שם דבר. ברוכים הבאים בשם השם. מוריי ורבותיי, כדי שנעלה לכבד את האורח, לומר דברי ברכה והדלקת הנר. הערב אנחנו מדליקים נר שמיני של חנוכה.
Tonight we're lighting the eighth candle of Hanukkah.
כל הימים, אבל בבית המקדש, כידוע, המנורה הייתה בעלת 7 קנים, 7 לילות בלבד ולא 8. והשאלה מדוע, למה בבית המקדש 7 וכאן חנוכה בכל העולם כולו 8? התשובה הראשונה פשוטה מפני שהנס היה מהפך השמן דלק 8 ימים, במקום יום אחד היה נס 8 ימים. אבל הסיבה הפנימית, המסר שהחנוכיה מספרת לנו הערב דווקא ביום השמיני, שיש 2 מספרים. המספר 7 מייצג את הטבע, מה שהטבע מסוגל לעשות, אבל לא מעבר לזה. לעומת זה המספר 8 מייצג את הלמעלה מהטבע. קוראים לזה בשתי אותיות, נס. הקדוש ברוך הוא הכל יכול. בחנוכה עשה לעם ישראל את הנס הגדול למעלה מהטבע, לא רק בהדלקת הנר והשמן, שזה מסמל את האור, אלא גם במלחמה, כידוע, כפי שאנחנו אומרים בתפילה, מעטים וחלשים מול רבים וגיבורים, נאמני תורה מול המתייוונים וכן הלאה. אבל רבותיי, איך אנחנו נלחמים בחושך? אין לנו מלחמה לא במקלות, לא בחרב ולא בחנית. נר, שלהבת קטנה, והיא כבר מגרשת לחושך. זה הנס, זה הסיפור שחנוכה מספרת לנו. הרבי מלובביץ' שלח אותנו לכאן ובכל רחבי תבל להאיר את החושך כדי ללמד אותנו שבאור, במילה טובה, בחיוך, אפשר להאיר, להתחבר, להתאחד יחד. זה הסיפור של הנר השמיני. אז הכבוד הוא לנו לארח את מר עופר היהודי, היועץ הבכיר של ראש העיר, יכבד אותנו בדברי ברכה ובהדלקת הנר. מר עופר מוזמן ומכובד אל המנוף יחד עם מנהל צעירי אגודת חב"ד בירושלים. יחד עם עופר נמצא איתנו כאן המשנה לראש העיר, הנציג של חב"ד בעיריית ירושלים, הרב יעקב אלפרין. ברוכים הבאים בשם השם.
Rosh Hashanah, yeah, he's the mayor of Jerusalem, going up with one of the head guys of Chabad. So, welcome to Jerusalem. We're about to light the 8th candle. It's kind of cold here, maybe 48 degrees Fahrenheit, 50 degrees in Jerusalem. It was about 60 when I left the Galilee this morning, but I needed to come here because of my trip to the States. I came back and had to quarantine, so I'm finally out. We're all finished with our quarantine and after coming back to the States. And every year we always come down as a family for a little vacation during Chanukah because we like the cold. My wife and I grew up in Pennsylvania and my kids like the cold, so we come Our vacation is usually on Hanukkah, but my kids are just finishing up their quarantine today. After being in the States, you have to be in quarantine for several days. So mine was out early. But here we are lighting the Chanukah here in downtown Jerusalem. This is Jaffa Street right here, where the train goes up and down. And let's get back over here. This is the lighting of the last candle of Hanukkah, last light of Hanukkah, the 8th night.
ערב טוב לכולם, ברוכים הבאים, חג אור וחנוכה שמח. אנחנו היום בנר השמיני, הרב רצה לראות, אמר איזשהו עניין, מה הוא לומד מהחנוכיה. אני אשלים עוד עניין שלומדים מהחנוכיה שמתאים לרוח התקופה. ראשית, לפני שאני מתחיל, בברכת ראש העיר גם לכם חג שמח. יודעים שראש העיר עסוק בהרבה חנוכיות, והלבד שהוא היה יכול לחלק את עצמו לכל החנוכיות, והיה רוצה להיות בכל מקום ומקום. לכן אנחנו, העוזרים הבכירים, היועצים הבכירים, הסגנים, מתחלקים למקומות ולשמור גם ברוכים לכולם. אני רוצה דווקא לגעת בעניין השמש. השמש בעצם הוא יום יום לשרת אותנו ומדליק את שאר נרות החנוכה. לכאורה הוא הפראייר בחבורה, הוא השרת של כולם, הוא משמש את כל הנרות. אבל כמו שאתם שמים לב, השמש דולק כמו כולם, לא מופחת ממנו שום דבר. הוא דולק כמו כולם והוא מדליק את כולם יום יום. אנחנו, מה שיכולים ללמוד מזה, שגם אם אנחנו עסוקים בנתינה לאחר,
nice little speech about how we're like the shamash, the main light. It's like a daily light. It lights the other lights. Quite amazing. Just reading in, I believe it was Matthew, when the train. When Matthew was entering the temple, I was just joking with my friends here in Jerusalem how I live in the Galilee, where my rabbi chose to live, and only came here for the Father's business to Jerusalem. But I also was reading Matthew 12. Yeshua announced his messiahship on Hanukkah. On Hanukkah. Amazing. 200 years before Yeshua came, the Maccabees came and took back the temple, restored the temple. On Hanukkah, the same temple Yeshua ascended and declared his messiahship as the light of the world. But tonight we're going to light this last light of Hanukkah. Hopefully they're going to light it soon. Here we go. Ready, guys? Amen. Amen. Woo! You're going for a ride. There we go. Woo! Shuati Tikonde Tefilati Shantoda Nishabeach. Well, there you go. The lighting of the 8th night. I see somebody asking me here, what is Hanukkah? Hanukkah is the Feast of Dedication. 2,200 years ago, something like that. We were under oppression again. We were under oppression, and they took our temple here, this temple here in Jerusalem, and they were sacrificing pigs. They put idols inside the temple. Well, there was a small group, a band of brothers, so to speak, that took the temple back, fought small little pitchfork army against an actual army. We took the temple back 200 years before the time of Jesus, and we remember that every year, ever since even Yeshua went up to Jerusalem to celebrate Chanukah, the Feast of Dedication. So really it's revolving around the temple, and then the legend has it that when we took back the temple, the eternal flame was lit. They only had enough oil for one day, but it lasted for 8. Thus we celebrate 8 days every year, 8 days of Hanukkah. In America, it's a huge holiday because they're competing with Christmas. In Israel, it still is kind of a minor holiday. Kids still get off of school, but little presents, little chocolate candies, and some presents, but nothing big like Christmas. We've got bigger holidays like Sukkot and Shavuot, and the biggest one, I guess the most impactful one, is Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, Rosh Hashanah. So Hanukkah is a minor one. It's not commanded by God. It happened between the end of the Old Testament and the beginning of the New Testament. So it's 200 years before Yeshua, in the middle of that 400 years silence, as some scholars call it, between Malachi and Matthew. So it's a historical event that actually happened. We know for sure. Whether the candle actually lasted 8 days or not, that's more folklore. We don't know. Maybe it happened. But that's why we celebrate Hanukkah every year. And for us, it's crazy. As believers, it's twofold. It should be a Christian holiday as far as I'm concerned, because Yeshua, the Christian Messiah, as some would say, well, of course, he's the Jewish Messiah, but who Christians claim to be the Messiah, celebrated it. He came up here to the Temple Mount on Hanukkah during the Feast of Dedication, and it's that time when he declared his messiahship. So it's quite a profound holiday in our history as believers, Jew and Gentile believers, but also the Jewish people, because everything we do revolves around the physical temple. Those of us who believe in Yeshua don't believe we need the physical temple, because it was finished, the Bible says, before it was destroyed. But in the yet to believe community or non-believing community, God's presence resided on that Temple Mount and will again. And it's a very special place. So if you see anything about the temple, I mean, there's things we do today in Orthodox communities, we don't play instruments on Shabbat because the temple was destroyed that second time. So we're waiting for the third temple again. But for us as believers, it's a powerful representation that Yeshua came to a temple that was a temple of worship to the God of Israel when he came. Otherwise, if the Maccabees, somebody else might have taken it back, but if they didn't take it back, where would he come up to? What temple would he come up to? It was very pivotal historically for believers and non-believers alike. So I love you guys. I try to do this every year for Hanukkah. Thank God I made it back to America in time and out of my quarantine in time. And I'm so excited to get back into the studio. I actually was writing songs on the way down here. I love my drive from the Galilee down the Jordan Valley up to Jerusalem. It's one of my favorite drives on the planet Earth. And I'm just pressing play the whole time, listening to all these voice notes, and I can't wait to finish some of my favorite songs I've started over the last year. This month and into January are my writing months, really. At least my finish months, where I finish the song. I sit on it. If I don't have it finished, I sit on it, pray on it, read the word over it, and God willing, we'll have it finished. I've been writing some songs with my son, Shuki. So, lovely song we were writing during our devotions yesterday, reading our Shabbat Torah portion as a family yesterday. Him, Shuki, and I. He's a great guitarist, great piano player. So you'll hear him eventually on one of my lives. Guys, I hope you guys are doing great. I put a link below. If you buy anything from our store, please remember to add, I think it's Giving 35. It's in the description below, Giving 35 for 35% off of everything until the end of December. Giving 35, all caps. You can just see it below in the description box. So thank you so much for those of you who've purchased. If you're planning on purchasing something, make sure you enter that code in to get your 35% off. But it is good to be back. I have got one more trip this year, and I'm happy and sad. If I'm going to see you in Florida or Erie, Pennsylvania, great. But I am sad. I don't want to go. I don't want to leave again. Next year will be a light year, and then starting July is my next Sabbath year. So I'm looking forward to making my my life a little more pivotal around a concrete schedule here. It's just been a busy year. So if you're in Orlando, I'll see you in a couple weekends. I think it's the weekend of the 17th, 18th, and Erie, the weekend of the 26th of December. So, but this is my next couple weeks here. I'm gonna be having a blast with the kids and working on projects, just getting ready to for new albums. 2 albums next year, and a studio album, and also a Yes Samuel in Orlando. You guys can check my schedule, joshuaaaron.tv. It's at a conference in Orlando, and then also a conference in Erie, Pennsylvania the following weekend. I love you all. Let me see who's here. Whitney Combs is in O-Town. Just go to my website, guys, joshuaaaron.tv. It is a conference. I think you can sign up. I'm not sure what the rules are for that. I think you can sign up or even come to the night that I'm singing. Hello in Brazil. Hello, Karen in South Africa. Hello, Marlene. I'm going to get some soup here in a second. You guys are going to love seeing this. Or did I pass it? No, not yet. All right, who else we got here? Hi, Mita Newson. Where are you guys coming from? Hello in England. Hello, Mark again. Hello, Gilda. Hi. Hi, Angelique in South Africa. Hey, Billy in Texas. Hi, Miriam. Shalom in Indonesia, Michigan, North Georgia. Awesome. Costa Rica, Pacific Northwest. Sri Lanka. Hi, Ariane. Loretta Black. Love your music. Thank you, Loretta. Where's my soup? Okay, it's up here a little more. Oklahoma. Listen, guys, if you want to come to Israel, you can do it now. We still have the virtual tour going on our website. Again, joshuaaaron.tv. I put all the information below. joshuaaaron.tv. You can come to Israel anytime. I'm so grateful for all of you. I think over 400 so far have come on our virtual tour, and it's just so encouraging to see some of the cool responses of people that have done it with their family in the comfort of their own home. Hello! Hey to Gabi. That's my friend's wife, Gabi, an amazing drummer, and his cute little kids. Did I miss the soup? I don't know. I don't think so. Okay, who else is here? Hello in Colombia. Marjorie. Hello, Siegen in Germany. Siegen, Germany. Oh, Manuela in Siegen, Germany. Hello in Dublin. Hello in India, Colombia. It's great to see you guys all here. I am enjoying this cold. I actually had to buy a zip up because I forgot my coat. And I always forget it's a good 10 degrees Fahrenheit colder in Jerusalem than it is the Galilee. So I'm never prepared. You guys are the best. Thanks for joining me. I'm so happy. Be the light of the world, our light. The King of the world came here 2,000 years ago, gave his life 40 years before the destruction of that temple that the Maccabees restored and brought back into our hands. And he died once for all. And I'm just so grateful. Ben Gerza, thank you. Just ordered $100 of merch. Thank you. Thank you, Ben. God bless you. God bless you. Make sure you guys enter the code if you do order 35. No, giving 35, and the info is below here in the info box. I love you all. Sorry we didn't do a video for this past Friday on YouTube. Just been busy with family, traveling with family and suitcases. It just usually takes a few more days. Just when I travel by myself, it's usually pretty quick. It usually takes a few more days to settle in. As soon as I get to the soup, I'll say goodbye to you. You guys want to see some soup? Here we go. Here's some soup. Almost there. Jerusalem, if I forget you. Oh gosh, I don't know if we can get to the soup. Alma's soup's the best. Soup. Oh. All right, well, I'm gonna come back in a few minutes when the line's smaller. I don't like long lines. But God bless you guys. Thank you for joining me for this walk through Jerusalem, the city of the great King. It's good to see you. Some people on here. Hey, Joel Nader. Hello. I'm so glad I saw your name here. If you're one of my family members and I didn't say your name, I'm so sorry. Especially my wife. Sometimes I don't see her name and I don't say hello. But Joel, how you doing? I saw Yair Levy here. Hey, buddy. Just enjoying the last night of Hanukkah. My wife, as I'm doing this live, a picture popped up. My wife lighting the last light with the kids at home. So it was a pretty sad trade-off because every year we're all down here for Chanukah. At least two nights we come down. We get an Airbnb and just enjoy the city. We're not city folks, but we love to visit once in a while. It just makes us appreciate living in the Galilee, in the country. Well, I love you all. God bless you from J-Town. I'll see you back here soon. Next time, you'll probably see me in the studio. So God bless from Jerusalem.